Welcome back to the channel. In today's recap, we'll explore a historic drug bust by the UK Royal Navy, a major Boeing strike, a bold judicial reform in Mexico, and much more. Stay tuned as we break down the key events shaping global headlines. On August 26th, the UK Royal Navy marked its first-ever interception of a narco-sub, seizing over 200 pounds of cocaine. This was achieved during a joint operation with the United States, involving the offshore patrol vessel HMS Trent. The vessel intercepted a low-profile vessel, LPV, with an inboard motor in international waters near the Dominican Republic. It was identified by American Marine Patrol aircraft before Royal Marine Commandos and U.S. Coast Guard boarding teams swooped in, leading to 2 arrests. This operation highlights the ongoing collaboration between the UK and US in combating drug trafficking. The successful interception reflects the increasing sophistication of both international law enforcement and drug smuggling techniques. Boeing's US factory workers initiated a strike on Friday, halting the production of the 737 MAX after rejecting a contract proposal. Approximately 30,000 workers from Seattle and Portland, represented by the International Association of Machinists and Aerospace Workers, IAM, voted overwhelmingly to strike, with 94.6% rejecting Boeing's offer. The key issue? A 40% pay increase demand over 4 years, which Boeing countered with 25%. The walkout has already hit Boeing's stock, sending shares down by more than 2%. Adding to its challenges, Boeing is already facing production delays and a staggering $60 billion in debt. A prolonged strike could hurt both Boeing's financials and its airline customers, including Southwest Airlines and Fly Dubai, which are monitoring the situation closely. The strike echoes Boeing's last major labor standoff in 2008, which halted production for 2 months and inflicted significant financial losses. Analysts predict a similar outcome if a resolution is not reached soon. Senator Bernie Sanders reaffirmed his belief in Vice President Kamala Harris as a progressive leader, despite her shifts in policy positions. Speaking on NBC's Meet the Press, Sanders acknowledged that while Harris isn't aligned with him on all issues, he applauded her for supporting progressive initiatives like a permanent child tax credit and affordable housing. "Her views are not mine, but I do consider her progressive," Sanders stated. Harris has faced criticism for stepping back from earlier positions on key issues such as Medicare for all and fracking. Despite this, Sanders emphasized that their shared goals of advancing universal health care and tackling climate change remain strong, even if their methods differ. He further praised Harris's recent proposal to raise the capital gains tax for top earners, although Sanders expressed that he'd prefer a higher rate. In an unprecedented move, Mexico has become the first country in the world to allow its citizens to elect judges at all levels. The reform, backed by outgoing President Andrés Manuel López Obrador, passed the Senate with 86 votes in favor and 41 against. Demonstrators briefly interrupted the Senate debate, protesting that the reform undermines judicial independence, but the discussion resumed elsewhere. Obrador argues the reform is necessary to curb the power of elites over the judiciary. But critics, including Mexico's Chief Justice Norma Pena, have warned of potential risks, particularly in a country plagued by organized crime. The law mandates that around 1,600 judges, including those in the Supreme Court, stand for election by 2025 or 2027. International observers have noted the uniqueness of this move, with some likening it to limited judicial elections in the US, though not on such a national scale. Meta, the parent company of Facebook, revealed that it has been scraping public data from Australian users to train its AI models, without offering an opt-out option like it does in the European Union. During a Senate inquiry, Meta's global privacy director, Melinda Claybaugh, confirmed that public posts and photos have been collected since 2007, unless users specifically set them to private. This practice contrasts with stricter privacy laws in Europe, where users can refuse consent. In response, Green Senator David Shoebridge criticized Australia's weak privacy protections, calling for legal reforms to prevent data exploitation by companies like Meta. While Meta defends the practice as crucial for developing more powerful and less biased AI tools, concerns about privacy rights in Australia remain. Dallas billionaire Kelsey Warren, chairman of Energy Transfer, has filed a $300 million lawsuit against Greenpeace, accusing the group of inciting protests and spreading misinformation during the construction of the Dakota Access Pipeline. Warren claims that Greenpeace's actions, including vandalism, led to costly delays and financial losses. This is the second time Energy Transfer has taken legal action against Greenpeace. A previous lawsuit was dismissed, but this new case is set for trial in February 2025 in North Dakota. Greenpeace maintains that the lawsuit is an attack on free speech and peaceful protest, describing it as meritless. The case has the potential to bankrupt Greenpeace's U.S. operations if Energy Transfer prevails. The Dakota Access Pipeline, which became operational in 2017, faced intense protests, particularly from the Standing Rock Sioux tribe, who argued it threatened sacred lands and water supplies. Russian President Vladimir Putin has issued a stark warning to the West, stating that allowing Ukraine to strike Russian territory with long-range missiles would equate to direct involvement in the war. Putin claims such actions would change the nature of the conflict, implicating NATO countries as active participants. Ukraine has been seeking long-range missiles from its Western allies, such as US ATACMS and British Storm Shadow missiles, in a bid to curb Russian attacks. In response, Putin hinted at taking appropriate decisions, but did not specify what those might be. Russia has been ramping up its military exercises and reviewing its nuclear doctrine amid these escalations. That's all for tonight's news update. Thank you for joining us. We'll continue to monitor these stories and bring you the latest developments. Stay safe, stay informed, and have a good night. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit the like button, share it with your friends, and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update.